Nick Wright, Brandon Marshall, Kevin
Jill,
Wild,
what starts
and guys,
tonight?
you know me.
What starts tonight?
I was just about to tell you, you guys know me. I don't often have plans at night, right? This is not, nighttime is not my time. Tonight, Nick, tonight I got plans. And not big plans. It'll be me and maybe Steph in the couch and a TV. We got some NFL football tonight. Finally, the defending champion
The defending champion.
will come out.
Yeah, you said it, Jenna.
And do something
the defending champion
right,
Chiefs.
Of course
the defending champion Chiefs.
We've got
glorious.
two
Super Bowl
solid
hangover.
hours to talk about that. Well, we shall see. But we got to start with some action last night before we can get to action tonight. And last night, Raptors and Celtics, Toronto on the brink in Game 6. To say this one was close, double overtime, and K.Lowry just too much to handle late in the game, finishing with 33 points. And a stern refusal to go home. Raptors win 125-122, double overtime again to send this series to a Game 7 tomorrow night. Here's how some of the rest of the league responded. Jared Solinger chimed in saying, K.Lowry, the greatest Raptor ever, hashtag not up for debate. Magic Johnson, always the prolific tweeter, adding, I love watching K.Lowry play. I call him the little general because of his toughness, leadership, scoring ability, basketball IQ, and will to win. And let us not forget Joel Embiid. K.Lowry is not appreciated as he should be, hashtag winner. Boy, Joel Embiid is just so busy after he left the bubble, all that tweeting going on. After that epic game last night, who do you think, Nick, has the advantage now heading into a very, very big Game 7?
Well, this is really concerning for the Celtics. The Celtics, 96 hours ago, were the favorites to win the conference. And now they're going to have to win this series 3 times. They had the series won with a half-second left in Game 3, and OG hit a shot for the ages. They were dominating the majority of the first half last night. They let the Raptors get back into it. They put the clamps on them defensively at the end of regulation. The Raptors went scoreless in the final 4.5 minutes. It goes to overtime anyway, and good God, that's Norman Powell's music. And now all of a sudden, the Celtics, I feel like, are playing with immense pressure in Game 7. And the Raptors, I think you could argue, have the most carefree, least pressurized Game 7 in sports history. This was supposed to be a retooling year after Kawhi left. They already won their title. They were already counted out multiple times this season and multiple times this series. And I know they're exhausted, but you know who's also exhausted, Brandon, is the Celtics. And unlike the Celtics, the Raptors go at least 7 deep. The Celtics have 5 guys they trust, and one of them's Kemba Walker on a shaky knee coming off a terrible game. So my pick before this series was Celtics in 7. And I hate to change a pick when it's still alive, when I could nail it.
No, don't not
But I got to
change your
tell you,
pick.
Brandon. I got to tell you, Brandon.
Wow, that's pretty good.
If the pick
That's
didn't
pretty good.
exist,
This isn't an official
If the pick didn't
change.
exist, I think the Raptors are the favorites. I don't know why Wilds is so disgusted. I think the Raptors are the
you
favorites
never change
for
your
Game
pick.
7. Well, no, because the facts on the ground. Go ahead, Brandon.
Go ahead, Brandon.
Go ahead, Wild. All right, I'll go. Listen, I don't know if they have an advantage. I mean, if we throw momentum in there, then you can potentially give it to the Raptors. But last night showed me that this series and these teams are more evenly matched than I thought. If I'm being honest, guys, I wrote them off. When Kawhi left, I wrote this team off. But they've done all year is hit big shot after big shot, win big game after big game. K.Lowry, everyone's talking about it. We saw the tweets coming from around the league. Everyone's talking about how great he is. That was on full display last night, not only on the court, but off the court. I love this mindset. That's what I like watching when I watch basketball or football. I like to watch body language. I like to watch how guys interact with each other. This guy had a still face on. After the game, he didn't smile. He wasn't cheering. He wasn't hanging from the rafters. This guy said, no, we still got more business. This guy knew we're supposed to be here. So K.Lowry, man, everyone's heaping his praise right now, rightfully so. We go back to game 3, the perfect pass to OG last night, just play after play after play in his leadership ability.
Nails.
So this is more, Wiles, this is even. This is an even game 7 for me. I'm excited to watch. Last night was just pure, great playoff basketball.
It was one of the greatest playoff games ever. You had 51 points scored in the double overtime. But just real quick, before I toss it to you, Jenna, so I can defend myself against Wild's body language and disgust at the fact that I might change the pick. I do. Listen, let me make this clear. This was a pre-playoff pick when I laid out the bracket. That was pre-Gordon Hayward injury. So if you're ever allowed to tweak a pick when a major player goes down with an injury, it is allowable. By the way, Jenna, I have not officially changed the pick. I'm just letting you know over the next couple hours, I'm going to let it ruminate, marinate, and figure out who I think is going to win Game 7. Go ahead, Jenna.
Nick made his picks back in February. Just want to make sure everyone knows before we even got into a bubble. So I do want to mention, Wilds, you and I are the only Celtics fans on this set, and I knew that as soon as you heard Jason Tatum not blame Nick Nurse for, let's say, distracting him when he threw that errant pass late, tied game, 4th quarter, I knew you would be fired up. And then I heard Jaylen Brown say this. Buddy, take a listen.
I think it's a lot of emotions. It's very intense and things like that. And sometimes things seem to go overboard at times. Let's keep it in check. Let's keep it, respectable, and let's keep playing basketball. Grown men should be able to control themselves. Especially coaching staff. So let's continue to do what we got to do. Play basketball. Let's be ready to fight.
Nick, I wouldn't be mad at you for changing your pick now. I'm not mad at Nick for changing his pick since the Raptors actually have 7 players on the court. One is the referee that didn't call the foul on Kemba. The other one being Nick Nurse, who is out there calling for the ball in the corner. And Nick Nurse, I'm not mad at it. I like the competitive spirit. I'm all for it. I'm all for it. But don't go halfway. If you're going to do it, go the whole way. Go entirely on the court. Put on a green jersey, go to the bubble tattooist, get full Daniel Tice double arm sleeves, shave your head, and call for the ball all Game 7. Because don't do it halfway. Don't be there, and then Tatum throws the ball at you, and you scatter like you didn't know what was happening. It was an outrageous call, non-call, whatever it is. I respect Tatum, Nick, for not making a big deal of it. But you knew when you saw this pass, you knew it was Nick Nurse's fault. You knew it.
Brandon, I try to be real quick, Brandon. I try to be a great teammate. I am embarrassed on our teammate Kevin Wild's behalf right now. This is the most. Listen, man, Jason.